You radiate love in ways you may never fully see. It is present in the warmth of your smile, in the patience of your listening, and in the quiet care you offer without expecting anything in return. Even when you are simply being yourself, you leave behind a feeling of comfort that lingers long after you have gone. There is a tenderness within you that cannot be manufactured. It is genuine. It has been shaped by every joy you have experienced and every hardship you have survived. Your heart has learned not only how to endure, but also how to remain open. And that openness is one of your greatest gifts. You carry kindness naturally. It appears in the way you remember little details about people. It appears in the way you make room for another person's feelings. It appears in your willingness to encourage, forgive, and hope even when life has been complicated. Love moves through you with quiet grace. You do not have to force it. You do not have to prove it. It flows through your words, your actions, your presence, and even your silence when someone simply needs a safe place to exist. You have touched more lives than you realize. A thoughtful message you once sent, a reassuring glance, a patient conversation, a moment when you stayed instead of walking away. These memories continue living in the hearts of others. Sometimes you wonder whether you are enough. You question whether your affection is noticed or appreciated. You worry that your care is too ordinary to make a difference. Yet, the smallest expressions of love often become the most unforgettable. A gentle voice can calm an anxious mind. A sincere compliment can become someone's confidence for the entire day. A single act of compassion can restore hope in a weary heart. You offer these gifts more often than you know. There is beauty in the way you choose softness without losing your strength. You understand that love is not weakness. It is courage. It takes courage to stay kind after disappointment. It takes courage to trust after uncertainty. It takes courage to keep your heart open in a world that sometimes encourages walls. And you continue choosing that courage. Your love begins with the way you see others. You notice what makes people special. You celebrate their victories. You offer comfort during difficult moments. You create space where people feel accepted instead of judged. That acceptance is healing. But there is another kind of love that is growing within you. The love you are learning to offer yourself. The gentle voice replacing harsh criticism. The patience replacing impossible expectations. The compassion replacing old stories that told you you were not enough. This love transforms everything. As your relationship with yourself deepens, your light becomes even brighter. You move through the world with greater ease. You become more present. You become more authentic. And authenticity is one of the purest expressions of love there is. You are allowed to receive the same care you so freely give. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to ask for support. You are allowed to let others remind you of your own worth when you temporarily forget. Receiving love does not diminish your strength. It expands it. Your heart has remarkable capacity. It continues finding reasons to believe in goodness. It continues choosing hope. It continues seeing beauty in ordinary moments. This perspective is precious. The people around you feel it. Your energy invites connection. It encourages honesty. It reminds others that they do not have to pretend when they are with you. That kind of presence cannot be measured, but it can certainly be felt. You make people feel welcome. You make people feel valued. You make people feel remembered. Sometimes that is the greatest gift anyone can receive. Love does not always arrive through grand gestures. Often it lives in simple moments. A shared laugh, a thoughtful question, a quiet hug, a patient pause before speaking. You understand this instinctively. Your heart speaks a language that goes beyond words. It tells people they matter. It tells people they are seen. It tells people they belong. And in doing so, you become a source of warmth in a world that deeply needs it. Even your resilience radiates love. The lessons you have learned through your own healing allow you to meet others with greater understanding. You recognize pain without judgment. You offer compassion because you know what it means to need it. Your experiences have deepened your capacity to care. There is nothing accidental about your ability to love. It is a strength you have nurtured through every chapter of your life. Every disappointment that could have made you bitter instead made you wiser. Every challenge that could have closed your heart instead taught you how precious openness truly is. That is extraordinary. You do not need to become someone else to be worthy of love. You already carry it within you. It lives in your laughter. It lives in your generosity. It lives in your honesty. It lives in your willingness to keep believing that kindness matters. And kindness always matters. The more fully you embrace who you are, the more naturally your love reaches others. You inspire people without realizing it. You encourage people through your example. You remind others that gentleness can exist alongside strength, and that vulnerability can become a bridge instead of a barrier. Presence is a quiet blessing, not because you are perfect, but because you are real. You bring sincerity into conversations. You bring patience into relationships. You bring hope into moments that need light. You leave places softer than you found them. As you continue walking through life, allow yourself to trust this truth. You do not have to chase love. You do not have to force connection. You do not have to earn affection by becoming someone you are not. The love you naturally carry is already enough. It begins within you and extends outward with every choice rooted in compassion. It reaches family. It reaches friends. It reaches strangers. It reaches people who may never even know how deeply your kindness affected them. And it returns to you in countless quiet ways, through unexpected smiles, through genuine friendships, through moments of understanding, through opportunities that meet the openness of your heart. You are part of a beautiful cycle of giving and receiving. Every day you become more connected to it. Every day your heart grows steadier. Every day your capacity for love expands. So let yourself walk gently. Let yourself speak kindly. Let yourself trust that your warmth has meaning. Carry your compassion without apology. Carry your tenderness with pride. Carry your open heart knowing it is one of your greatest strengths. Because wherever you go, you bring something the world can never have too much of. You bring understanding. You bring peace. You bring hope. You bring acceptance. You bring quiet joy. You bring a light that helps others remember their own. You radiate love not because you try to impress anyone, but because it has become part of who you are. And the more fully you embrace that truth, the more beautifully your presence transforms every life it touches. That love has always lived within you. It is shining now, and it will continue shining wherever your journey leads.